Useless. Mom laughed. 20 years in uniform and still no house? Dad added, your sister's the real future. Then a helicopter landed. This story is going to hit you hard, because it's about the moment I realized the people who were supposed to protect me were the very ones trying to erase me. It's about a betrayal so deep, it felt like my own name was being stolen right out from under me. You've served for 20 years and still live like a ghost, my mother said, her voice dripping with that familiar, cold amusement. I just gave her a faint smile. What she didn't know was that ghosts remember everything. The sun was barely burning through the mist clinging to Yale's old stone walls when I slipped into a seat at the very back. Graduation banners flapped in the spring breeze, and the brass band's fanfare cut through the murmurs of parents, trustees, and deans in their fancy suits. I was invisible there, and honestly, I'd come to expect it. I hadn't told anyone I was coming back from the base in Colorado, and I certainly hadn't mentioned my promotion. It didn't matter to them. Not really. Up on stage, Sophie stood, her crimson honor sash bright against her gown, blonde curls bouncing as she laughed into a professor's hug. My younger sister. The perfect daughter. The golden child. Her name was in bold on every program. Sophie Hale Magnon, the future of global finance. I glanced down at the program folded neatly in my lap. My own name? Nowhere. Robert, doesn't she look radiant? My mother cooed from a few rows ahead, loud enough for the people nearby to nod along. Our Sophie, always destined for greatness. My father gave a tight nod. She's everything we hoped for, unlike others. His voice dropped just low enough for plausible deniability, but it stung. God, it stung. I exhaled slowly through my nose. I didn't flinch. I'd spent too long learning how not to flinch. Then, my mother turned slightly in her seat, catching my eye over her shoulder. Her lips curled into a cold, amused smile. You've served for 20 years and still don't even own a proper house. Imagine that. I kept my face still. My smile was a sliver of breath, invisible to everyone but me. Ghosts don't need houses. Ghosts remember foundations they've had to build with blood. Elaine turned back to the ceremony with the satisfied air of someone who'd just dropped a final verdict. The announcer called Sophie's name. She floated forward in heels that sparkled, taking the stage like she was born to it. My father stood and clapped proudly, his eyes glistening. She'll be the one supporting us in our old age, he said, beaming. Claire, your future might depend on your sister now. That was the moment something shifted inside me. A low crackle came over the loudspeaker's feedback. Nameker. A deeper vibration pulsed underfoot. Then came the roar. The sharp, chopping rhythm of rotor blades slicing the sky. Heads turned, cameras tilted upward. Faculty paused mid-sentence, one hand shading their eyes. I looked up slowly. Out of the blue, a UH-60 Blackhawk helicopter descended. Wind tore through the decorative tents and rustled the gowns of those in the front row. One woman screamed as a gust knocked her hat away. The crowd stumbled backward in awe and confusion. I rose from my chair with a slow, sure movement of someone who'd done it 1,000 times before. My jacket, plain and dark, fluttered at the hem. I walked forward as if I belonged to the moment, because I did. I could feel my mother's gaze locking on me like a laser. I didn't look back. The helicopter settled into the center of the quad, blowing grass and confetti everywhere. Its side door flung open. The sound of the rotor screamed in everyone's ears as a uniformed officer stepped out and scanned the crowd. Then he spotted me. He saluted loud, clear, unwavering. His voice rang out, audible even over the blades. General Hale, we need you. Every conversation froze. My father's jaw dropped. My sister's bouquet slipped from her fingers, hitting the ground in slow motion. Full story on channel, link below. Watch what happened next.